Sometimes faith doesn't feel powerful. Sometimes faith looks like sitting quietly by a window, trying to process everything life has placed on your shoulders, trying to understand the waiting, trying to understand the silence. You pray, you journal, you reflect, and somehow you still wonder if God hears you. And if we're honest, obedience sounds beautiful until it actually requires surrender. Because obedience often asks you to keep moving forward before you fully understand where God is leading you. And that can feel exhausting sometimes, especially when you've carried responsibilities for so long, especially when life has forced you to stay strong longer than you wanted to. But being tired does not mean you lack faith. Sometimes it simply means you've been carrying too much alone. Sometimes obedience looks very ordinary. It looks like answering emails, showing up for work, taking care of responsibilities, trying again even when your heart feels tired. People often celebrate loud success, but quiet consistency, that kind of strength is rarely noticed. The woman who keeps showing up while silently fighting discouragement. The person still choosing integrity, still choosing kindness, still trying. God sees that too. And maybe this season isn't about proving yourself. Maybe it's about learning that your worth was never based on performance in the first place. Sometimes faith is simply continuing. There's something healing about quiet moments. Moments where nobody is asking anything from you. Moments where you can finally hear your own thoughts again. And sometimes God meets us most gently in ordinary spaces. Not only in dramatic spiritual moments, but in kitchens, in silence, in rest, in the moments where we finally stop rushing. Because healing doesn't always happen loudly. Sometimes it happens softly, slowly, quietly, like steam rising from a warm cup. And maybe you don't need to solve everything today. Maybe today, you simply need to breathe. Take a deep breath and release the pressure to have all the answers right now. Rain has a way of slowing everything down. And sometimes, God allows seasons that slow us down too. Not to punish us, not to abandon us, but to bring us back to ourselves. Back to what truly matters. Because somewhere along the way, many of us became disconnected from our own hearts. We became so focused on surviving that we forgot how to rest. Forgot how to simply exist without fear. And maybe obedience in this season is not about striving harder. Maybe it's about surrender. Maybe it's about trusting that God is still working, even in the waiting, even in uncertainty, even here. Healing is strange sometimes. One day you feel strong. The next day, something small makes you emotional again. And that doesn't mean you're failing. Growth is rarely linear. Sometimes healing looks spiritual, and sometimes healing looks practical. Sometimes it's prayer. Sometimes it's allowing yourself to rest without guilt, allowing yourself to laugh again, to feel safe again, to experience peace again. There is something sacred about comfort, about quiet moments that remind your nervous system You don't have to stay in survival mode forever. And maybe faith is learning that God is not only present in suffering, but also in gentleness, also in rest, also in peace. Life keeps moving, and somehow, so do we. Even after disappointment, even after heartbreak, even after confusion. And maybe that's what resilience really is. Not pretending nothing hurts, but continuing to walk forward with honesty, with softness, with faith. Sometimes obedience simply means taking the next step, even when you cannot see the entire path yet. And maybe tonight, you don't need certainty. Maybe you just need enough faith for the next step. Wisdom changes us quietly. Not every breakthrough arrives dramatically. Sometimes your life changes because one truth finally reaches your heart deeply enough. And one thing I'm learning is that obedience becomes easier when you stop viewing God as someone waiting to punish you. God is not asking for perfection. He's asking for trust. Trust when things make sense, and trust when they don't. Because delayed understanding does not mean abandonment. Some seasons take time because we are still becoming, still healing, still growing, still learning how to trust ourselves again. At the end of the day, faith becomes deeply personal, beyond opinions, beyond appearances, beyond pretending to have everything together. It becomes, God, I trust you. Not because everything is perfect, not because every prayer has been answered yet, but because somewhere along the journey, you realize His presence has carried you this whole time, even in confusion, even in heartbreak, even in transition. And tonight, maybe you don't need to figure everything out. Maybe tonight is simply about surrender. Releasing the pressure, releasing the fear, releasing the need to control every detail of your future. Take a deep breath and remind yourself, what God has for you will not miss you. You are still being guided, still being protected, still being led. Rest tonight. God is still working, even in the silence.